All right, what up, what up? This is Eleohah with the motherfucking beat table again. What's cracking with a segment that I call Who is Eleohah? That's me. I'm Eleohah. But you also so this is actually chapter 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing these little chapters to know who I am, you know? Last time we left off with how I fell in love with sampling from going to doing original sounds, you know, like not sampling or anything, not original sounds, but you know, just capturing like the sound of like, you know, something, older or newer, whatever the case was, and just grabbing it and chopping it up and making beats out of it. And that's when I super fell in love with making beats, because all of my favorite, beat makers was doing that. And I was like, shit, why am I not? Because at the time I was like super like into this beat maker. He goes by the name of Ryan Leslie. And this guy was like, man, I don't know if you guys ever heard of him or whatever, but you put him on a synthesizer or, a piano or keyboard or, a Juno or whatever it is that he touched, man, this guy was just laying like sick ass, fucking melodies and shit. And I was like, man, I was really trying to, but I couldn't get like the note, grabbing like the note part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, and to learn how to read music, I was like, oh, for sure, I ain't gonna fucking learn how to read music. You know what I'm saying? I left that to like, I don't even think my little brother reads music. I think he just knows like the sound of it and takes control of it like that. But I just fell in love with like, going to like a record store, grabbing a record, or going to a thrift store, finding records or CDs, and just, grabbing it from there. You know what I'm saying? Just grabbing it from there. And damn, I think made a noise or some shit like that. But and I was just like, yo, I'm gonna just grab whatever I can grab, and start making drums over it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. And I just started creating and creating and creating. And then I had kids, and I would do it every now and then. And but when I really, you know, took control of was when I was, part of this group called Supreme Team. We had a group in Tucson called Supreme Team. And I was doing music and shit, of course, but like when I really got serious, like into like making beats for us and shit, I was we're part of a group called Supreme Team, and it was me and another producer. His name was Nathaniel. His beat maker name was Pat Kill Pat, and me and him was the one making the beats for everybody. And the homie fucking Eli, he goes by Eli One. Um, we was the one making the beats for our squad, and it was a bunch of us, man. It was like, fuck, I might miss a name or some shit, but it was me, Crozak the Great. It was Eli One. It was Pat Kill Pat. It was Johnny Vadoon. It was G Mula. It was Buddha One. It was Shadowcast the Don. Um, Stan Lae, he was our singer. He was like our 24/7 singer. Who else am I? Oh, and this cat, he went by Sleepy One. And we was like a fucking killer group, bro. Like that shit was crazy. But me, Eli One, and Pat Kill Pat was the one making the beats for us and shit. And we're fucking going. You know what I'm saying? We were going and shit, and that shit was dope, man. That shit was dope. We was just like, we had Eli One who played like the keys and all that shit, and then me and Pat Kill Pat was the one that was like sampling shit, making beats and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I had this beat making battle called the Beat Massacre in Tucson, and some fucking whack ass motherfuckers took the name from me and fucking licensed it and everything. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's some other shit. I don't like talking about negative shit. But that put more fuel into my fire. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I'm about to murder all these cats, like on the beats and on the raps and everything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we started going strong. But prior to that, I was already like making beats for like a bunch, like the homies. We just said like, hey, instead of us doing all separate shit, why don't we just join, together and just do like some whole, some dope shit, Off of that, off of Supreme Team, we even we made another collective called the Committee, which was just me, Johnny Vadoon, G Mula, and Buddha One, and we started the Committee. Man, that shit was dope too. But I mean, like we was I was making beats for a bunch of cats, man. I was fucking making beats for a bunch of cats. I was making beats for the homie Buki, the MC, fucking AD. Those are still the homies to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, I was doing beats for all of us, and yeah. So, but in between all of that, like I had my family. You know what I'm saying? I had my family, and I had my kids, and I'm making babies and shit, and focusing on that, and on top of trying to focus on that, I'm doing dumbass shit, stupid shit, like getting in trouble and fucking, you know what I'm saying? You know, so yeah, so and then around 2000 and damn, I can't even remember the year to be honest with you. I'm gonna say 2012. I'm gonna say like around 2012, 2013. Um, no, it was like 2013. I created my first beat maker name because I never had a beat maker name. I was just Crozak the Great, or I had Blackbird Productions. You know what I'm saying? That Crozak the Great was my MC name that I got a long time ago by the homies. And then, Blackbird Productions was like me producing for everybody, making beats and all that shit, engineering, recording everybody and all that shit. And then I was like, man, I'm gonna just pave my own way as a beat maker and just go like full force, go all the way in. So I created Alloway Beats. You know what I'm saying? I created Alloway Beats, which was fucking I came across this documentary called The Secret. And me watching that documentary, I learned about the laws of attraction, and I super fell in love with like the concept of the laws of attraction, like the beliefs of laws of attraction, and I literally like grabbed the hold of it and never let it go. You know what I'm saying? And I created my acronym from that, which was LOA, which is love over anger. And I was like, man, because I had so much anger, since I was a fucking little kid growing up, I had so much fucking anger, like, and I was like, I need to let go of that shit, and I need to concentrate more on like just loving and appreciating everything that I'm doing, or where I'm at in that time. So I created LOA Beats, and that's when I super took off. When I created LOA Beats, I was like, man, going hard, super hard. And that's when I was like really getting into Instagram, and you know, I started making a shitload of beats and posting. And while I was posting, I got contacted while I was washing my car because I was posting so much. This radio station from New York called me while I was washing my car, and they're like, everybody always thinks at that time, or even probably now, like a lot of people think that my name is Loa because Aloe. I never put like Al.O.A. I was just like Aloe Beats, and everybody would think that you pronunciated my name Loa. So fucking this radio station hit me up from New York when I was washing my car, and they're like, yo Loa, what up Loa, um uh we're right here, you're live on the radio right now, we just want to hit you up because we really like your beats, they're fucking dope, and boo boo this and that and blah, blah. And I was just like, oh, I was caught off guard and shit. I was caught off guard. I was like, oh damn, like okay, cool. I was like, what the fuck, And I was contacted by artists from some of Teddy Riley's artists was hitting me up. from Blackstreet. Um, just a bunch of fucking people were hitting me up. I sold a shitload of beats to like cats from New York because that's my style of music. I made like boom bap type shit. And I was selling beats to people from to Italy, New York, like Europe and shit. Just selling beats everywhere. I was selling all kinds of beats. I learned how to do contracts and shit. Like because I sampled my shit. Like I would sample records or CDs or tapes or whatever the case was. I would sample and I would make a contract stating like, hey, I'm gonna sell you this beat for this price, but you doing a sample clearance is on you. Like you got to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to clear the sample or whatever. So I learned how to do contracts. I learned how to do the business part of it. I started doing stickers. I started doing shirts. I was slanging shirts. And I was giving out free stickers. I would go to like little events and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we're gonna leave it for now. And on chapter 4, we're gonna talk about how Alloway just fucking started doing a whole lot of shit, a lot more shit, and going from there. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for chapter 4. This is Eleohah. And then we're going to talk about how we became Eleohah. You know what I'm saying? It's Alloway, baby. It's the motherfucking beat table. Make sure you subscribe and watch the interviews. Dope ass beat makers on here that I interviewed. And make sure you stay, up to par with, who they are. You know what I'm saying? And we got OKY, we got DJ Warlock One, we got PD Beats, we got B4 Lasers from Chicago, we got fucking Onigs from fucking Germany, just so make sure you tap in with the fucking beat table, man. It's Eleohah. Ra 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 ra. Happy birthday to me. Oh baby, you see the